to my channel. So in this video we are going to start the next chapter in history, that is Bharatavarsha, and this is the class 8th social science chapter. So in this chapter we are going to learn about the physical features of India, and even we are going to learn that India is both a subcontinent as well as a peninsula. We are able to identify the neighboring countries of India. After studying this lesson, you will be able to identify the neighboring countries of India, about the living style of man in prehistoric period, about the stone ages of prehistoric period in India. So, the geographical environment has influenced every country and race in the world. So, the geographical environment present in India has influenced every country and every race in the world. This is an intimate relationship between human life and the environment. There is an intimate relationship between human life and environment. Hence, it is necessary to learn about the geographical environment in order to know about human history. So, as there is an intimate relationship between human beings and environment, it is very important for us to learn about the geographical environment if we have to study human history. So, India is a subcontinent occupying a huge area in the southern part of the Asian continent. So, this India acquires a large part in the southern Asia, being a subcontinent. And as well, it is a peninsula surrounded by water on three sides and land on one side. So, I think you have got an idea that what is the peninsula. Peninsula is nothing but a body which is surrounded by water on three sides and has land on one side. Okay, India shares its borders with Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. So, these are the neighboring countries with which India shares its borders. So, let us list them once again. They are Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Earlier, earlier, all these areas, let me highlight them here: Pakistan to Myanmar. Okay, Pakistan to Myanmar. Earlier, all these areas were together called Bharatavarsha. So, earlier, including India and these neighboring countries, that land was called as Bharatavarsha. Bharatakhanda, Sindhu Dvipa, Akhanda Bharata, and Greater India too. So these were the names which was given to the composition of all these places. It consisted of 28 states and 9 union territories and one national capital region, Delhi. So our India consists of 29 states, right, and 9 union territories and one national capital, that is Delhi. Next, India's geographical features comprise the Himalayan range of mountains in the north, the Indo-Gangetic Plains, the Deccan Plateau in the south, and the coastal region. So, in the physical features of India, there are four physical features or the geographical features. They are Himalayan range of mountains which are in the north side, the Indo-Gangetic Plains, right, and next the Deccan Plateau which is in the south part, and next the coastal region. The snow-capped mountains in the north include some of the tallest mountain peaks in the world. So the snow-capped mountains which are in the north, they include some of the tallest mountain peaks in the world. And these Himalayas, they even help us to preserve our safety, and they act as guards of India. There have been a few intrusions. There have been a few intrusions into ancient India from the northern Himalayan range. So it acted as the guard Himalayan range, and the attacks on India have been mainly through the northwestern side, through the Bolan and Khyber passes. Okay, Bolan and Khyber passes. So now what is this pass? Pass is nothing but a place between two mountains. The place between two mountains is called a pass. Okay. So the attacks on India have been mainly through the Bolan and Khyber passes. The flat Indo-Gangetic plains are an extremely fertile area. So these Indo-Gangetic plains, the second geographical feature of India, they are extremely fertile. And even the civilizations of Indus Valley and Vedic period, they even flourished in these fertile area. And even many battles have been fought from time to establish control over this area, that is the Indo-Gangetic plains. Usually the dynasties which established the power in this fertile plains, they used to establish empires in this area as well. Okay, so now this is the map of India with its neighboring countries and is together called as the Akhand Bharat. Okay, so this is our Bharat, Tibet, Bhutan, Nepal, Myanmar, Bangla, Pakistan, Afghan region. These are our neighboring countries, even with the Sri Lanka. Okay, so now the Narmada river separates India into two. The Narmada river, children, which flows below the Vindhya range, it separates India into two. That is Malwa Plateau or Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau in the south. It separates India into two parts, that is the Malwa Plateau and the Deccan Plateau. Okay, the Mauryas and the Guptas ruled these two areas of ancient India. The Mauryas and the Guptas, two dynasties, they ruled these two areas of ancient India. The Indian coastline is vast and stretches over 6,100 kilometers. Okay, so our Indian coastline, it is vast and stretches over 6,100 kilometers. Okay, and the eastern coastline is called as Coromandel Coast and Utkal Coast. Okay, whereas the western coastline of our India is called as Konkan or Malabar coast. Okay, so the picture which is here, this is about the physical features of India, where we have Himalayas, the Himalayan range in this place, and we have we have river Indus. Here we have a river Indus, Thar Desert, and here there are some of the other physical features. Here we have got Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats. Here we have the Deccan Plateau, right? Deccan Plateau. These are the physical features of India, and this is the map of them. Okay. So now the numerous ports of this coastline had attracted the Romans from time immemorial. Okay, so there are numerous ports which are in this coastline, that is the Konkan and Malabar coast, have attracted Romans from time to time, which is immemorial. Okay, foreign trade was carried on in those days only through sea routes. So the foreign trade, which is very necessary, was carried through sea routes on those days. Okay, thus these ports developed and became the cause for the rise of powerful kingdoms in south like Pandyas, Cheras, and the Cholas. Okay, so due to the development of these ports, it became the cause for the rise of such powerful kingdoms like Pandyas, Cheras, and the Cholas. Okay, the diversity in the Indian geographical environment has also influenced the lives of communities living here. Even the diversity is nothing but variety. The variety in the Indian geographical environment, it also influenced the lives of communities. As we all know, there are different communities living in India. It influenced them. Okay, despite the cultural diversity, there exists a cultural unity which binds all these diversities. So they have numerous cultural diversity in them, right? But There is a cultural unity which binds all these diversity and make them unite. Right? Unity in diversity is the essence of this culture. Okay, so now the prehistoric age, the period before the discovery of art of writing is called the prehistoric age. So if someone asks you to define what is prehistoric age, it is very simple. It is nothing but the period before the discovery of art of writing. So this is so because we do not find evidence to the linguistic development or to the use of script. This is because if we see the sources of prehistoric age, we do not find any evidence which is in the linguistic way, or there is no development in the using of there is no use of script. Okay, so we do not get any written records for the study of history of this period. This is because, children, we do not get any written records, okay, to study the history of this period. Then, how do we get to know about the people and their life in the prehistoric age? So, here they said that there are no written records which are obtained based on the prehistoric age. If it is like this, then how do we come to know about the people and the life in the prehistoric age? So the scholars who study this period are called archaeologists. Okay, so in this age, man was a nomad and indulged in hunting and food gathering. So, children, during this period, that is the prehistoric period, man was a nomad and he used to hunt and gather his food. Okay, archaeologists have discovered some implements created and used by these people. Okay, probably they used weapons made of stone, wood, and bones. So, when archaeologists went to find about this period, they discovered some implements which were created and used and were being used from the people living in those times. And these weapons were probably made of stone, wood, and bones. Okay. Uh, So, among these weapons, okay, the only weapons which have survived till today were weapons made from stones, okay, and they provide us sources for study of history of that age. Human beings in the prehistoric age used stone implements to peel the skin and separate the flesh and bone of animals, to scrap the bark of trees, and to cut fruits and roots. So, the stone implements which were made during that prehistoric age by the human beings, they were being used to peel the skin of the animals, to separate the flesh and the to separate the flesh from the bones of animals, and they were even being used to scrap the bark of trees and to cut fruits and the roots. Okay, so now the people used to create handles out of bones of wood. So these people, they used bones and wood to make the handles uh, for weapons, and they used to fix those stone tools to the handles made of wood or bones, and they were using them like spears and arrows, and they hunted animals. They used stones as axes to chop down trees and cut them into logs. So, what they used stones as axes. From this technique, what they made axes and they used to chop down the trees and they cut them into logs. Okay, they might have used wood to build huts for themselves or to make handles for their weapons, and they even used a wood to build their huts for themselves, and they used them as the handles of their weapons. Okay, so till this is enough for today. In the next video we shall continue with the next part of the chapter. Till then, bye bye, thank you.